I promised an in-depth look at my CD collection a few months ago, and here we are. I have over 100 CDs in my collection, so go ahead, get yourself a snack, maybe a fun drink, and get comfy because we're going to be here for a while. I will be starting with my Taylor Swift CD collection because wanting to collect all of Taylor's music on CDs actually inspired this gigantic collection I have now. As I don't have any original recordings slash stolen versions of any of Taylor's music, we will be starting with Fearless Taylor's version. This is the cover, and then this is the backside with the track list. This is a 2 CD set, so here is disc 1 and disc 2. I love the heart hands and I love all of the pictures from the Fearless tour. I used to watch Journey to Fearless all the time when I was little, so I love looking at these. And this is the poster inside, so it's got a collage of so many fun photos. And then the other side, oh, gotta flip it around, has all of the lyrics and song credits, as well as, of course, the cover. Next, we have Speak Now, Taylor's version. I absolutely adore this photo shoot. I think it is just so fun and romantic. Oh, this one is upside down. Let's flip it. There we go. Here we have disc 1 and disc 2. I love this one so much. And this dress, iconic. And then this one has a booklet inside. So here are a couple of the pages and lyrics in here. Now, I do have one OG era CD, and that is the Speak Now World Tour live CD and DVD. I just felt like this was too cool of a find to pass up. So this one includes the DVD with the entire tour performance. So it has all of these songs and clips. And then this is a CD with all of the Speak Now songs on it. I just think this is so much fun, and I love a good CD and DVD duo. Oh wait, hold on. Last time I learned this one actually folds out. There we go. So this is the DVD, and then there's a little blip from the thank yous and all of the song credits. And then right here, we have a little booklet. Just has a whole bunch of pictures from the tour, which I think is so fun. Here is Red Taylor's version. I definitely want to get all of the OG albums and recordings, but I would love to thrift them. I think it is just so fun finding them at thrift stores, especially like when you're not looking for them. Because sure, I could find them secondhand online, no problem, but there's something about finding it in store. And of course, a lot of record stores still have the stolen version slash original recordings. However, the whole point is that we don't want to be giving money to those people, so the best way to get your hands on those is to get them secondhand. This is 1989 Taylor's version, the Sunrise Boulevard edition. Last time I was talking about these, I accidentally called it the Sunset Boulevard edition, and someone rightfully called me out, so I am correcting myself. I should know better. This one is just one CD inside. It just says 1989 Taylor's version on the other. And then here is the booklet, all of the lyrics and credits and beautiful photos. For Lover, I have the deluxe album version 3. This one is from Target, and the little booklet is so fun. The back has the track list on it, and this one of the songwriting voice memos has I Forgot That You Existed and Lover. Inside, it has some journal entries from Taylor over the years, which I think is really cool. And then there are some blank pages where you can use it as your own journal if you would like to. And I would have to say this is the prettiest CD in my collection. I mean, I just feel like it gives off Lover vibes in the best way. I love the clouds and just everything about it. And then here is the lyric booklet. Moving on, we have Folklore. This is the Target edition. The only real difference is the cover. I got this, I'm pretty sure, when I was in Florida on my Disney College program, because this album was just one of my go-tos during my DCP. It was just on constant repeat, and it was really a part of me. Sour by Olivia Rodrigo and Folklore by Taylor Swift were my most listened to albums on my entire program, which sonically they are very different, but it felt right at the time. My Evermore CD has been through it, and by been through it, I mean came broken, because when I started really trying to get the Taylor Swift CDs, I wasn't really going to record shops. I was just checking out Barnes and Noble and Target, and for some reason, for a little bit, they just did not sell Evermore. I just could not find it. So when I finally did, I just bought it. So this one is broken, but it's okay because the CD itself is completely fine. And that is all that matters. And here is a look inside of the booklet with the lyrics and some photos. And we have made it to Midnights. Now I do have to admit that the damages on this one are completely my fault. I was putting my CDs on my shelf and I thought I could make one more fit, and I in fact could not. So sorry girl, but this is the Target edition Midnight CD. I got this maybe a week after Midnights came out because I heard a clip of Hits Different and knew that I just needed it in my life. So I'm glad that it's on streaming now for everyone to enjoy, but I just had to get my hands on Hits Different. It's just too good of a song. I do in fact have 2 copies of Midnights because when I was visiting my friend Anna in Pennsylvania, she took me to a record shop and they had the late night tracks, the late night edition. So this has all of the 3 a.m. tracks except for Paris. And then it also has You're Losing Me, Snow on the Beach featuring more Lana Del Rey, and Karma featuring Ice Spice. I usually don't collect multiple variants of CDs, but I simply needed these 3 a.m. tracks on CD. And I did not realize Paris was not on here until a few months after I'd gotten it. So fairly recently, and I'm a little bummed about that, so I'm just gonna have to burn it or something to make it work. Oh, this is a poster. I haven't unfolded this yet, guys. Iconic. I love that the picture that they chose is her in her lover bodysuit. That's kind of silly to me. But outside of the poster, all the other pictures are from the Midnights era, so I guess it's cool. I think that's a little silly though. And even though I just said that I don't really collect other variants of CDs, I just get my one and done, I do have 3 variants of the Tortured Poets department. So this is one of the ones that came with the artifacts. So this is the manuscript artifacts. So inside here is the CD, and then behind it, just plain, and then we have the booklet, of course, with lyrics and pictures. And on the other side is where the artifacts were. I do still currently have this little guy in here that held the photos, but all of the other artifacts are currently hanging up on my wall, and the bookmark is used very frequently. My second variant is also the manuscript CD because this one is a signed insert. I've got the signed insert on my wall currently, and I do not buy from scalpers. I do not support scalpers. However, I missed out on every chance to get a signed edition. So I took it as my chance and got one, and I don't regret it. And my last Taylor Swift CD is the Tortured Poets Department, the anthology. Yes, I was one of the people who woke up at 5 in the morning to go and get the CD on Black Friday. I know a lot of people were, poking fun and being silly because it's like, they're still going to have it available, but it was so much fun waking up early, and I've never had like a true Black Friday experience, and I loved chatting with people and passing out bracelets because I still had some left over from my show, and it was just so much fun. So don't make fun of people for doing things for fun. That's not cool, and I think that's actually really rude and lame. Let's keep it going with our pop girlies. Now we're going to look at my Sabrina Carpenter CDs. This is Emails I Can't Send, which is my personal favorite Sabrina Carpenter album. I think that it is just so good. I love Vicious and Read Your Mind and Already Over. I think this entire album is just beautiful, and I love all of the heart details. I'm still so bummed that I did not go to this tour because these songs are just too good. Next, I have the Fruitcake EP. This is Sabrina Carpenter's Christmas EP. I think that this is just so much fun. There are 6 tracks on here, And these songs are just so good. I love the Netflix special that she did this year. I think it's a lot of fun. So this is just an image. There's no booklet with it, but here is the fruitcake CD, which I think is just so fun, and I love the lace details. This is my espresso CD. Fun fact, this is the only CD that I have with a single on it. I don't normally buy singles when it comes to CDs or vinyls. However, this came out before we knew what short and sweet even was, and I could not miss out on getting Espresso on CD. This song is just too good and too much fun. So I love her dearly. And of course, I have Short and Sweet. I got this the night that it came out. I went to a listening party at my local record shop, and it was so much fun getting to chat to other Carpenters and listen to the tracks together and then buy this almost immediately at midnight. Maybe it was a little after, but I love all of the details in here. I just think the visuals for this entire album is just perfect. I mean, look at this booklet and all of the like fun vintagey silly details going into it. I mean, gorgeous. I'm obsessed. They know how to do packaging and marketing, and I love it. Now we have my Olivia Rodrigo CDs. This is Sour, the Target edition. The only difference is the cover. This album was one of the first I ever got on CDs. It was maybe a month after Sour came out, and I was just not collecting CDs at this point. I didn't really get into it until 2023, I would say, maybe even last year in 2024. So this was one of the only CDs I had in my car for a while because I would just listen to it so much. Inside we have a poster. So this is the photo shoot that goes along with the cover. And then the other side is all of the lyrics. It gives very junk journal vibes, and I absolutely love it. I feel like it fits the whole aesthetic of the album. And Guts, I also have the Target cover for this one as well. I absolutely adore it, and I'm still so bummed that the deluxe tracks are not available on CD. I did get them on vinyl because I've started collecting vinyl as well, but I stayed up. I mean, I'm usually in bed pretty early, so staying up until 11 is not like that crazy, but I stayed up for the drop of the deluxe tracks hoping that CDs would be available, and it's nearly a year later and they still are not. This poster features different photos with lyrics to each of the songs, as well as a poster and some credits down here. I recently completed my Harry Styles CD collection, and I am so excited about that. I love all of his albums, and it just took me a little bit to finally get all of these CDs. I love the packaging for Harry Styles, his first album, and the minimalism on the CD I actually really enjoy. I think it is so cool. And then inside here is the booklet with lyrics and song credits. Here is my Fine Line CD. I think Fine Line is my favorite album of his. I feel like I listen to Harry's House the most, but I don't know, there's just something about Fine Line that is just iconic. Here are the pictures inside, as well as the CD, and then we have the booklet. Classic Pilgrim Harry, we cannot escape him. And all of the song lyrics and credits. And Harry's House, of course, another album that I absolutely adore. I mean, obviously I love all these albums because I own them on CD, so I can listen to them literally whenever, but I mean, we all kind of have like our absolute faves, you know. Here is the CD. I love this shade of blue. And of course, the booklet with all of the lyrics and photos and song credits. I love it when there are fun photos inside to go along with the songs, for sure. Obviously, next we have to look at my One Direction CDs. My friend Anna got me this for Christmas one year, which I think is so fun. I definitely do not listen to Up All Night enough. It's probably my least listened to One Direction album, so I need to fix that for sure. Oh my god, they were so little. Take Me Home is my OG One Direction album. A friend got this for me for Christmas the year that this album came out. And when I tell you that this was the most played CD in my CD player, I truly mean it. And I thought I had lost this, but last year my mom found it. So thank you, Mom, because I thought I was going to have to buy a new one. And this one just has too many memories. Oh my God, they were so little. Midnight Memories, the Ultimate Edition. This is the only One Direction album that I currently have with the deluxe tracks. So my goal this year is to find the others with the deluxe tracks because I realized that Made in the AM does not have Wolves on it. I did not realize that that was a deluxe track, and that is my favorite song. So I was like, I need it. Here is the booklet in here. Oh my God, the fan photos. All of this is so cute. They like put in like the fan edits and everything. This is amazing. I love this. 4 is another album that I definitely like. I really need the deluxe tracks on it. It just feels empty without them. But I am so glad that I found all of these. I got most of them at my local record shop, and every time I go back, I see if they have the deluxe tracks at all because I am in desperate need. I just need all of it. And then here is my Made in the AM CD. Love her. Here is the track list. And then inside, I always love when there is a picture behind the CD. I feel like it just makes it so much more fun. And it's like a little surprise when you take your CD out to listen to it. And then here, of course, is the booklet with some pictures inside and all of the lyrics. I recently got Faith in the Future, which is my favorite Louis Tomlinson album. I saw him 2 years ago with my friend Caitlin, and that show was so much fun. Here is what the CD looks like and the booklet inside. I would love to go through every single page in these booklets. However, we do not need to be here for 5 hours, so I'm just kind of flipping through and giving the highlights. Here's Heartbreak Weather by Niall Horan. This is another recent CD, or I say recent. I think I got it honestly back in August, but because I haven't gotten terribly many CDs since then, I feel like this is still very new in my collection. This is another CD that I absolutely love. I just love when it's still kind of got that reflectiveness, and it's also got a fun image on top of it. And here is the inside of the booklet with all of the fun. Whoa, I have not noticed that before. Oh my God, that is so cool. I love details. Here is the show, the encore. So this has all of the show tracks on it, as well as some live tracks and collabs with friends, which I think is so fun. I love it when deluxe albums kind of have that live recording, and I definitely need to get the show live on tour recording. I haven't gotten it yet, so that's definitely on the list. A look inside of the booklet. And here we have Zayn's recent album, Room Under the Stairs. This is another one that I got a signed insert with. I just happened to be up watching, I think it was the Eras Tour on Disney Plus. I was up late and someone posted that the album was available for pre-order and that the signed ones were still available. So I am very lucky that I was able to get one. This is another album that I just love the visuals for. I'm a very big fan of aesthetics and really playing into visuals, so I really appreciate that. I fairly recently got into 5 Seconds of Summer's music, so I do not have their first 2 albums because I just don't think that they're for me. I feel like their first 2 albums are kind of a moment where like you had to be there because it was like their teenage punk moment. But I love their other 3 albums. I mean, I like all of them, but I definitely have more favoritism towards their 3 recent albums. And my sister actually gave me this one because when this album came out, I guess with every merch order, a CD was just thrown in with it. So she has so many, and she also gave me the Target Deluxe CD as well. So that has like 2 special songs on it, but it doesn't have its own case, so I've got it hanging out in my little CD case over there where I keep all my CDs most of the time. Here is Calm, which I would have to say is possibly my favorite 5 Seconds of Summer album. I just feel like as an album, this one is their best work, and it's very cohesive, and I'm very sad that COVID kind of shut that era short because I think this came out a week or two before COVID hit, which is kind of crazy, but it is just a gorgeous album. I love all the tracks, but I think Red Desert and No Shame are my personal favorites. For Five Sauce Five, I have a booklet. I got this one at Barnes and Noble a while ago, so it has all of the track list on the back, and then inside it's pretty much just a big lyric booklet and has really cool visuals and goes into the production and everything. I think this is a lot of fun. I love fun CD packaging. And then here is the CD itself. I love a live album, and one thing I want to do this year is collect more live recordings of albums. So I love that artists are also doing more of this now. I just feel like it adds like a fun personal touch. And my dream is to one day be at a show that is recorded live, whether it be like Niall's live album where it's from a bunch of different shows, or it's like this one where it was all recorded at one show. I feel like it would just be so cool to be like, yeah, I was there and I can listen to the entire, concert or just one or two songs whenever I want and know that I was there. So that is a dream of mine, and one day it will come true. I also have Luke Hemmings' Boy EP. Love this one a lot, and I am still heartbroken that he canceled the second half of his tour because he was coming to the South. So I had tickets to his Houston show and his Dallas show, and I was so looking forward to it. And of course, I completely understand. Things happen, things change, but I'm still a little sad, guys, so I haven't been able to listen to this EP a lot since then. We're going strong, guys, and we will continue to keep going. These are my Maggie Rogers CDs. I recently completed her 3 albums with my CDs, and I'm so excited about that. All of her albums mean so much to me. And this one came out at such an important time in my life. It was like kind of the transitional period between high school to college. And so Heard It in a Past Life was on repeat for me, specifically Light On. That song is just amazing, beautiful, breathtaking. Love her. Maggie Rogers is that girl, and she does not have a single skip. For Christmas, my friend Rachel got me Surrender, which is Maggie Rogers' second album. So here is the back. And then the inside, this is another one that I have on repeat all the time. I just think anything Maggie Rogers, I'm listening to it on repeat and I'm contemplating life and dancing around my room. And usually it's a good, like, I just need to get off of my phone album and just like lay on the floor and listen to her music. I don't know how to explain it, but there is a Maggie Rogers song for every single feeling and occasion. And here's my Don't Forget Me CD. This is my personal favorite Maggie Rogers album and possibly my favorite album ever. I was very lucky to get a signed edition of this one as well. So it came with a signed insert, and then these are all of the lyrics written out inside. Here is the CD. All of these are very simplistic, which feel so much like her and her aesthetic, and I just love all of the thoughts that go into these things, like the packaging. And here is the lyrics again, where it's easier to read than her handwriting in here. Now we have my Laufey CDs. I absolutely adore Laufey's music, and I have her albums on repeat all the time as well. They are like the perfect kind of background noise, but also just like, I don't know, I feel like whenever I'm reading, I love having her music on in the background. So here's her debut album, Everything I Know About Love. I actually got this on Laufey Day last September because I was doing all the things that her team had posted, going and get froyo and just having a fun day out with myself. And so here is the poster, and then all of the lyrics to all of the songs. And then here we have Bewitched. I absolutely adore this album. This is probably my most listened to because, like I mentioned, I love having her music on in the background all the time. Oh, that one was stuck in there. So here is the Bewitched CD. And I'm so lucky that I got to see her on her tour last spring. It was so much fun, and it was just such like a happy environment to be in and so comforting and so safe. I just loved it. And then of course I have Bewitched the Goddess Edition. I adore all of the Goddess Edition tracks on here, but specifically Goddess. Hearing that live on tour changed my life because I did not listen to that song at all before I saw her in concert. So probably 2 or 3 weeks, avoiding this song, which is actually not that hard, but I was very, the poster's on my wall. I'm so silly. I have the little poster in there hanging up on my wall right now. But yeah, hearing it live for the first time, amazing. Now it is time for my Mr. Wives CDs. Mr. Wives is my favorite band ever, and I remember listening to this album when it came out when I was in middle school, which is so crazy to think about. And my friend Anna actually got this for me for my birthday, I believe. And it just so happened that one that she picked up had their signatures in it, which I think is so crazy. So I absolutely love everything about it and just like the era. It was, you had to be there. I feel like kind of explains this album, but it is still so good. I mean, Reflections stays on top, and I love the design on here. It's just so 2014, 2015. This also just celebrated 10 years, which is so crazy. This is their second album, Connect the Dots. I got this one on eBay because I could not find it anywhere, and I was like, yeah, I need all of their albums on CD. And this very much is 2017. One thing about them, they stuck to an era. So we have this beautiful CD and all of the Connect the Dot themes. I love this album. I feel like it is constantly slept on, even in like the fandom space. And this is so fun. It is actually a Connect the Dots poster. Here we are. I haven't done it yet, maybe one of these days, but you can do a whole Connect the Dot picture, which I think is so much fun. And then over here has all of the lyrics and photo shoots and the band members. And I actually have 2 Super Bloom CDs because I got one of them when the album came out and it has recently broken. The CD still plays, of course, but the jewel case is not in the best condition. And when I was in Nashville, Tennessee to see Mr. Wives last fall, the record shop I went to had another copy of Mr. Wives, Super Bloom. So I was like, I think this is my sign that I have to get it. So now I have one in my car, one in my office, and then I have it on record. I have it on vinyl, so I can listen to it there as well. As you can see, this is a favorite of mine, this album. I am on a mission this year to get all of Beyonce's albums on CD, but I only currently have 2 of them, so here is 4. This album is iconic, and I am so glad that I have it. It is just so much fun to listen to. Here is the inside. I love all of the photo shoots. I feel like artists need to have more fun photo shoots again. Like, bring this era back. Iconic. I mean, are you kidding me? And here is my Act 2 CD. So this has a lot of the tracks, but not all of them from Cowboy Carter. So I definitely need to get this album on vinyl as well because I feel like I am missing out. I need Yaya on physical media. I'm sorry. It's kind of criminal that it's not on the CD, but you know what? It is what it is. So here is the little 4-fold poster inside with all the visuals. Valley is one of my go-to bands for just, I don't know, specifically in the spring, but for some reason, every time I fly, my Valley playlist is the one that I reach to the most. So I have Lost in Translation on CD. I got this album for my birthday last year, and I absolutely love it. I saw them when they were touring, I think right before this album came out when I was in Florida. So I also love having memories to that time of my life tied with music and bands that I love. Water the Flowers, Pray for a Garden is their most recent album, and I also saw them on tour for it last fall in Nashville as well. I love the visuals. It's just so spring, and this album came out in August, so this is the first time that I'm really getting to listen to it in the springtime. It is just so beautiful, and I was able to get a signed insert of this one as well. I just love all of the flowers and all of the blue and all the green, and I wore a blue and green outfit to the show for this tour, and I was the only one wearing a lot of color. So I felt kind of silly because no one else was dressing for a theme. It was all like black t-shirts and jeans, but I will always dress for a theme, and I think more people should dress for themes as well. Another mission I'm on this year is to get all of Paramore's albums on CD. I currently have After Laughter. This one is beautiful. I got it when I was in Dallas. This is the first album of theirs that I listened to in full when it came out, because I did not really know that much about albums until 1989 came out. In 2014 and probably 2015 was when I was listening to it the most. I was just like well, I know the radio hits and I like them, so I like these artists, but it wasn't until later when I was really listening to CDs. And I know this one came out in 2017, but I forget what I was listening to mainly in 2015, 2016. Probably Taylor Swift. Oh, and Fall Out Boy. I was listening to a lot of Fall Out Boy in that era. This is my This Is Why CD. I adore this album as well. You First is one of my favorite songs ever. I don't know, I love Karma. Which is so silly to say, but them opening with this track on their last tour was beautiful, perfect, amazing, and my soul left my body for sure. And I just adore this album, and I need to listen to it more. I feel like I don't listen to it enough, actually. Now we are going to do a rapid fire through the CDs that I have burned. These are the CDs that I just got on my laptop and burn them onto a CD, and it's my handwriting on them, and I print out covers for them, but there's nothing really special to see. So Super Blue Met the Live Dream by Mr. Wives, Hannah Montana Season 1. This is actually from when I was little. I think my aunt burned it for me. Olivia Rodrigo, Driving Home to You. Olivia Rodrigo, Sour Prom. Lizzie McAlpine, 5 Seconds Flat. I have about 6 or 7 Elle Coves singles on here, as well as Selfishly Inclined EP. Half Alive, Conditions of a Punk. Tangled the Series, Season 1 through 3. I have about 5 or 6 Mr. Wives singles on here. Taylor Swift, Folklore, The Long Pond Studio Sessions. The Beaches, Blame My Ex. Taylor Swift, Lover, Live from Paris. Ashton Irwin, Blood on the Drums. Valley, Last Birthday. Julie and the Phantoms. Mr. Wives, Nosebleeds, Encore. And Valley, Maybe. This is my The Last Dinner Party Prelude to Ecstasy CD. I love this album. This is another one that I have on in the background a lot. I just don't like silence. And I think fun tracks and music is just the vibe sometimes. And, sometimes I'm reading a book where this album is just the vibe and it seems so right. Here is the poster inside, and then the other side has more visuals as well as the lyrics and credits for all of the songs. And then they also released a short film for Prelude to Ecstasy, and then released it on DVD, which I think is the coolest thing ever. So I immediately had to order it, and it came with the deluxe version of Prelude to Ecstasy. So it has some covers and live tracks, and then here is the DVD for the short film. It also came with a gigantic poster that I currently have hanging on my wall. I love The Regrets so much, and Further Joy is an album that I listen to all the time my final year of college. So I have a lot of nostalgia and love for this album. I recently got it when I was in Austin, and I did not think that this CD exists, especially because they are no longer a band, unfortunately, but I was able to find it at Waterloo Records in Austin, and I was so happy that I was able to get my hands on it, and now I listen to this one all the time. Oh, this one's a poster as well. Here is the poster, and then the other side has the lyrics on it. Last year, I got Clancy by 21 Pilots on CD when it came out. This album is just so good. I've listened to 21 Pilots kind of on and off since 2015 when Blurryface really took off, and I've seen them in tour a couple of times, which is so much fun. Their concerts are always a blast, and the visuals in this are so cool, and I definitely do not understand all of the lore when it comes to Clancy that there is, because there's a lot of lore. But it's a really good album, and I love Midwest Indigo. And I have The Black Parade by My Chemical Romance on CD. This is an album that I was listening to a lot of like late middle school, kind of like when I was transitioning from Taylor Swift and honestly Disney Channel music. I was like, let me listen to My Chemical Romance and Fall Out Boy and 21 Pilots and a lot of iconic other artists from that era, and still to this day they're still iconic. I still love all of them. So I got this CD recently. Oh my god, it's another poster. Obviously I do not open up all of these all of the time, so this is like a fun little surprise for me as well. The poster, and then here is all of the lyrics and song credits and more visuals. I love it. I love a theme. This is so fun. We have made it to the rest of my Pop Girly CDs. So I have The Secret of Us by Gracie Abrams. I got this, I think the day that it came out, or maybe the day after. I went to my favorite record store, Cactus Music in Houston. Always support your local record shops if you have one near you, or order from record shops. I know it's so easy to go to Barnes & Noble or Target to get albums, whether it be CDs or vinyl, but I promise you it is so much more fun going to a record shop if you have one near you. So just like look it up and see if you have one. You can stop by and check it out because I love them. Oh, this entire video is just me like talking about how much I love record shops, which is nothing new. Okay, so I have Wilson by Ash. I adore this album. I think it is so much fun, and I so wish that she was touring to the South this year, but I understand. I get it. She is just now getting back into touring after taking a break for a while, and this album is so good, and her CD and vinyl come with a bonus track that is not in the streaming version, which I adore, and just the theming and the visuals around this entire album I'm in love with. Carly Rae Jepsen is one of the most underrated queens of pop, in my personal opinion. She just makes bop after bop after bop, and I feel like not a lot of people realize that it's her, but this is The Loneliest Time. I love this album so much. I keep saying that. I'm so sorry. I'm getting so repetitive. But I saw her on tour right before this album came out with my friend India, and we just had the best time. When I tell you that this show felt like a party the entire time, it was just so much fun. It was so great. Her stage presence and her energy, fantastic, beautiful, love her. I need to get her other albums on CD ASAP. Another pop girly that I think is another underrated queen of pop, we have Marina. This is Ancient Dreams in a Modern Land. I also went to see her on tour with my friend India. We're just two girls with taste, you know, and this concert was also so much fun, and I adore this album. This is one that I put on repeat a lot. I love the visuals, and the messages behind all of these songs are just so good, and she's been releasing some new music recently, so I'm very excited to check it all out. Tate McRae, Think Later. I think this album is so much fun. I've not gotten a chance to listen to her most recent album yet, but this is such a fun windows down. Hello, please open. Thank you. Oh, this is another broken one. I promise I'm not treating these CDs horribly, but it is plastic. There's only so much I can do. Anyways, this is like such a good driving with the windows down album in my opinion. I just think it is so much fun. Oh my god, another poster! Guys, it's so fun. I actually think I have opened this before. Hold on. Or is it just one line? Okay, sick. So we have all of these sick pictures, and then we have the lyrics along with credits in here. So much fun. Deeper Well by Casey Musgraves was one of my most played CDs last year. As soon as I got it, it rarely left my CD player. I am not even joking with you guys. Here is the beautiful CD. It's just such a beautiful springtime album, and I was lucky enough to see her on tour this last November with my friend Cameron. It was such a good time. Here is the little poster, and the lyrics. Actually, are there lyrics in here? There are not lyrics. It's just the song credits in here. This album is just gorgeous, beautiful, and I love her forever. Maisie Peters, The Good Witch. This album is so much fun. This is another driving with the windows down on a sunny day, just blasting it from the speakers. This album, the pop girlies continue to deliver. They just really do, and oh my god, iconic. Next, I have Radical Optimism by Dua Lipa. This is another one that I was able to get a signed insert for, and I love the cover of this so much. I got to see her second weekend of Austin City Limits. That was my first ever music festival. I just went for one day, and it was so much fun, and I did not get to see Dua Lipa's entire performance, but I got to see 5 or 6 songs, and she knows how to perform. She knows how to take over a stage and just grasp the audience's attention. And is this another poster? Oh my god, guys. Oh, I just ripped it. I'm so sorry. Okay, so we have this side with the lyrics, and then we have the thank you and song credits on this side. Oh my god, guys, I keep getting surprised by posters. Last year, I saw Charlotte Sands for her Can We Start Over tour, and this show was so much fun. I just had to get a CD afterwards. Her songs have just like the perfect amount of, like, I don't know, rock, punk vibes. I might totally be describing it wrong, but I like it. I think it's fun. The performances were amazing, and I know in 2023, I think it was, she opened for 5 Seconds of Summer on their European leg of the tour, which is so cool. And she also did a collab with Mr. Wives, so I got to see her in Nashville as well, and I just adore her. And I did get a signed one, which I love. Okay, I fear I am about to butcher the name of this album. Cacophony? I'm so sorry. Here is what it is. This is by Paris Paloma. I got it when I was in Nashville, and I probably pronounced that horribly wrong. This album is another good one. You probably know Labor. It is a very popular song for good reason, and you guys should definitely check out her other music on this album if you haven't already. I feel like it's such a good cohesive album, and I love the visuals. And she's also going on tour this year, but again, not to the South. I feel like last year I was going to so many shows, and this year I'm not going to a lot of concerts because if artists are going on tour, they're just not coming to the South. And I'm like, guys, stop leaving Texas out of everything. Come on, guys. This is Tell My Therapist I'm Fine by Bishop Briggs. I saw her on the Don't Look Down tour with Mr. Wives, and it was just such a fun show. I loved seeing Bishop Briggs' performance because this was my first introduction to her, and I am obsessed. Fun fact, I have not listened to this album yet. I've listened to some of the singles. I've yet to listen to the album, which is quite embarrassing. But so I did get a signed edition, but the signature on here, guys, it's so tiny and silly. I just keep it in here. I haven't bothered to hang it up. But here is the lyric booklet, and I love all of the visuals for this album so much. I just love the blue. I don't know. And of course, I do have The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess by Miss Chapel Roan. However, this is a little bit of a sad story. So I got this January last year, so a couple of months before she like really popped off. And most unfortunately for me, the CD that I got, look at this, guys. What? It just, I think it gets through one track okay, and then it just does not play very well. So because I already bought it, I think I'm just going to burn a CD so I can still have all the tracks. I'm so heartbroken about that. And I just, but I love all of the posters and visuals with it, and this album is just iconic. And I have been listening to The Giver on repeat all weekend. I don't know about you guys, but Chapel Roan just keeps delivering, and I will find a way to fix this CD, even if it's just burning it, because guys, I need it, and I'm so sad that it's a damaged CD. This is one of my most recent CDs. This is Noah Kahan's Stick Season, We'll All Be Here Forever. This album is just beautiful. I also realized the last time I talked about it, I forgot all. I just said We'll Be Here Forever. So I should really read before I start talking. Oh my goodness. But this is one that has just simply not left my CD player since I've gotten it, except for this video. So this is a 2-disc. So this is Stick Season. The original album tracks on here. And in disc 2, this has all of the deluxe tracks, aka We'll All Be Here Forever. And I have not really gotten a chance to look at the booklet because both of these are open for the CD, and I'm so scared. Like whenever I lifted it up, that the CDs would just fall out onto the floor. So we get to look at this for the first time, possibly together. I don't know. You could have seen this before for all I know. This is all the lyrics, some visuals, and then here are the deluxe tracks back here. Hosier Unreal on Earth was another one of my most streamed albums from last year. There's just something about it, you guys. There's just something about this beautiful album. And I was lucky to see him on tour last year as well. I saw him at the rescheduled Woodland show. It was supposed to be in May, and it was raining so hard that morning that the venue flooded, and most of the Woodlands and Houston flooded as well. But he rescheduled it very quickly, so I saw him in September. And we appreciate someone who is quick to not only announce a date that is going to be unfortunately canceled, but then immediately giving you a rescheduled date within the same message. Not a lot of artists do that, which is, I feel like, the bare minimum, but thank you, King. Now we have one of the oldest CDs in my collection. This is Sunset Season EP by Conan Gray. My sister got tickets to see him in 2019 for Christmas, so in 2018, and I think if you ordered or like bought tickets to his tour, you got this EP CD. And I was like, wait, I love Conan Gray. I want to go too. So that's how I got my hands on this, and that's how I saw him in 2019. This EP is just so iconic, and I'm an OG. I was watching Conan Gray during his OG YouTube days, like when he was finishing high school and going to college. So this EP means a lot to me. And then fast forward to 2024, I Have Found Heaven. This is just such a good album. Like, it's so cohesive, and I love the kind of 80s vibe to it, and it's very different than his other albums, and I love that. I'm not too much into the Conan Gray fandom, so I don't know if people like really love this album or not, but I personally do. I think this is some of his best work, and I think it is just such a good, fun album. Daisy Jones and the Six is a show that I rewatch every year and is a book that I reread every year. There's just something about the drama, the music, the 70s style to it. I don't know how else to explain it. I'm actually in the middle of rewatching the show, and I reread the book last week, and I would have to say that the show is better than the book, guys. I know it's because the book has like, it's all interview style, and so there's the whole unreliable narrator aspect going on. But the things that they changed for the show, I think were for the better. I think there are a couple of things in the book that are better, but overall, I prefer the show to the book. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion. Maybe I'm just spewing unpopular opinions today for all I know. ABBA Gold Greatest Hits. I love ABBA. I love Mamma Mia. Technically I was an ABBA girl turned into a Mamma Mia girl. I love the Mamma Mia cinematic universe. It's iconic. I do not care about how continuous the plot is. That's not the right word I was looking for, but you get what I'm saying. I'm there for the vibes and the fun and the Greece setting. I think it's so fun, but I listen to this one a lot, specifically in the car. It's another good rolling the windows down, driving when it's sunny out. I mean, ABBA is just simply iconic. You can't say anything else about them. Dolly Parton, Jolene. I got this one when I was in Nashville. Obviously, when I went to a record shop, I got a lot of music there. I got like 4 or 5 CDs. And of course, I had to get Something by the Queen when I was in Nashville. And I listen to this sometimes in the office in the morning whenever I am working. And this is just such, oh my God, iconic. Such a good album. I love Dolly Parton. She is the moment. She is the lifetime. I adore her. And here is my Stevie Nicks In Your Dreams CD. I got this at, I think, a vintage store a while ago, which I feel like sometimes it's silly getting some albums when you're like at an antique vintage store. But this one was only a couple of dollars, and I was like, yes, I need it. So this is another one that I listen to in my office for the vibes. Love it. Love her. I definitely need to get her other albums as well as Fleetwood Mac on CD or vinyl or both. Who knows? The world is my oyster, but my wallet tells me to stop. All right, guys, we made it to the soundtrack CD portion, which means we are almost to the end. I recently got The Fault in Our Stars because this track list is the most iconic soundtrack to a movie ever. And I mean that with my whole heart and chest. It's just iconic. I've not watched this movie in a long time, actually, but I really need to simply for the music because no soundtrack was doing it like they were. And I recently got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer soundtrack because I don't have a lot of Christmas CDs and soundtracks. And I love Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I love this movie. I love watching the little stop motion movies every year for Christmas. So this was especially a fun find for me because now I can just have Christmas vibes whenever I want, even though it's like 85 degrees out. But I'm ready for spring. I am. And whenever I'm ready for Christmas, I've got it. Speaking of Christmas, my sister got me quite a few Disney soundtracks. So she got me Beauty and the Beast. I love listening to these because they have the classic songs from the movies as well as the score in the background. So it is just such a good listen, especially when I'm just like in that Disney mood, because unfortunately I am a little bit of a Disney adult. I also have Pocahontas, so this also has the iconic songs and score. I adore playing this one as well. I think it's just the vibes in the morning, and I'm like, I just miss Disney. I don't know, guys. I'm sorry to confess this to y'all. Next, I have Frozen the Songs. So this one just has the songs performed in the movie, not the score. So I'm gonna have to find that one day. Oh, another broken one. Okay, cool. But this CD is gorgeous, and I love Frozen. I feel like for a little bit I was a Frozen hater because it was everywhere. And now I'm like, yeah, well, there's a reason it's everywhere. It's because it's iconic. This CD I have not opened. I think this came in like a McDonald's children's meal ages ago, but it has a bunch of Disney princess tracks on it, including That's How You Know. So maybe I do need to open it. This is another one that my sister got me. It is the Little Mermaid soundtrack and score. I just love a good movie score. This is another one that I listen to a lot. Maybe I'll listen to it this week. And I just love all of the colors, and I am such a Little Mermaid girl. I always have been, and I always will be. We have a collection of 12 Disney favorites, doggone fun songs. So these are all songs performed by dogs or about dogs, and I've not listened to this, but I think my sister found it at Half Price Books and picked it up for me, and I was like, you know what? Hell yeah. That's iconic. Love it. More movie soundtracks. This is Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. This one is just so fun. I love a good movie soundtrack. The next few that I'm about to show you guys, whoa, words, are ones that I listen to a lot when I'm reading, or I'm trying to focus on something for work. It's when I'm just like, I really need to focus. And Okay Poster, that's pretty iconic. And it has stuff over here. Okay, cool. Yeah, but I love listening to movie soundtracks when I'm working because it makes me feel cool and a little more productive than I actually am. However, my go-to movie soundtrack is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I got this when I was in Pennsylvania with my friend Anna, and I am kind of on a mission to collect all of the Harry Potter movie soundtracks. This is another one that like I want to thrift all of them, kind of like the Taylor Swift CDs. Like I want to go looking for them and find them and not just order them online. So this is yet another mission I'm giving myself this year. I just can't stop giving myself goals and missions. I need to stop. And the next soundtrack I have is E.T. the Extraterrestrial soundtrack. This is another one that I got in Nashville. Sometimes I remember where I bought these things and sometimes I don't. So even though there's only 8 songs, since it's a score, it's actually quite long, which is another nice thing about listening to it while I'm working and trying to focus. But I have not watched E.T. in quite a while, so I need to fix that. I unironically really love High School Musical, the series, specifically the first 2 seasons. I feel like it kind of falls off in season 3, in my opinion, and I have not watched season 4. But the first 2 seasons are iconic. And this one is from season 1. My friend Rachel got it for me for Christmas. And it's just so iconic. And she said I needed All I Want on CD. And she was so right. And I also love Wondering. I feel like there are just so many amazing songs from the show. And the show is so silly, so goofy, but also so good. And right after season 2 came out of High School Musical, the musical, the series, I did get the soundtrack at Target because I love season 2 so much. I feel like we got more focus on the characters and it was so much fun. And then the other seasons happened, sure. I don't need to talk about those. Nobody cares. But here is the booklet in season 2. More songs and pictures. And this one also had a lot of really good songs in it. I think maybe for original songs, season 1 was a little stronger, but I still love season 2. And this also came with a poster and stickers inside. I don't know where those went. They went up on my wall and the stickers are somewhere else. Yeah, I'm a Gleek and I want to get all of Glee on DVD and CDs, but it is a very slow mission and it's not my priority. So like I said, I need to stop giving myself plans, but this is the Christmas album from season 4. Was it season 5? One of the seasons did not have a Christmas season and then like they put it in a different season. It's been a while since I've watched season 4 through 6. I'm normally a 1 through 3 person, so I don't really remember, but this is their 4th Christmas episode. So maybe it was season 5, because I don't think season 1 had a Christmas episode. And my sister got me The Power of Madonna. So this has all of the Glee Madonna covers, iconic. So we have Sue Sylvester singing Vogue, and that's how Sue sees it. And here is the gorgeous purple CD. Love her, and I need to rewatch Glee. I'm actually kind of in the middle of it, or almost to the end, guys. I pinky promise. Now I have a kind of a weird collection, but mostly kind of throwbacks, I would say. So we have Miley Cyrus Breakout, one of the most iconic albums ever. I say that every album, but let's be so honest, Fly on the Wall and Seven Things, yeah, iconic. So I got this one. I love all of the gold details in here. And this is another good car album. I love a good car album all of the time. And the gold visuals, iconic. I was very much a Selena Gomez and the Scene girly when I was growing up. I loved watching all the music videos. And every time when there was a commercial break and they play one of the music videos, I was sat. Disney Channel, they saw a lot of me. So here is Selena Gomez, the Kiss and Tell album. Okay, so on the other side of this, it has a DVD with some of the music videos. This thing is not budging, and I do not need another broken jewel case, so let's not do that. But here are all of the lyrics and visuals, iconic. When the Sun Goes Down is my personal favorite Selena Gomez and the Scene album. I think it's because I love Love You Like a Love Song, Who Says, and Hit the Lights. Hit the Lights was my song as a kid, and I love all the details in here as well. So old Hollywood. They were really delivering with this. These visuals, oh my god, iconic. Another pop girly, we have Mandy Moore, So Real. This is another one that I got in Nashville, Tennessee, and I think the last one that I got there. Again, just such a good car album with the windows down, blasting it. I absolutely love it. I think it's just so fun. I miss this era of pop. Nice. Miss Mandy. Beautiful, iconic, love her. Princess Diaries 2, The Royal Engagement. This track list is iconic. I'm obsessed with it. I think it is so fun to listen to, and when I just want to have like my early 2000s moment, I play this because it's just got all of the songs. Breakaway, for starters. After one of my flights had landed, they started playing Breakaway when we were like all departing, and I was like, this is the most iconic thing ever, and I strive to relive that moment. And I have Elevate by Big Time Rush. I kind of watched this show as a kid. I don't think I was that into it. My parents didn't really like let us watch it, but then we also kind of did. And like when you look back at the show, it was a moment in time for sure, with sound effects every 2 seconds. But I can't deny that their song slapped. I don't listen to them now. I know they're going on tour again, but it was very much like a back in the day thing for me. I actually don't even know if they put out new songs or if they're just performing the old songs like from Elevate, but they're going on tour, guys. And the last pile that I have to share with you guys is my Disney Channel pile. This is great. This is amazing. My High School Musical 2 CD 2-disc collector's edition soundtrack. This is from when I was little, and I think a poster was here. It definitely was on my wall somewhere, and it's gone. It looks like water in there, which I think is so cool. So this is a soundtrack, and then this is a bonus DVD, I think, with behind the scenes and maybe like the musical performances, but just iconic. Here, let's read it together. Featuring exclusive footage of the cast recording and rehearsal sessions, plus interviews. I should rewatch that. Actually, I don't know if I've ever watched that in the first place. Next up, the Cheetah Girls 2. These divas, iconic. I love Cheetah Girls 2. I think it is the best Cheetah Girls movie. This also had a poster in it. It is gone. And this disc 2 includes live performances of some of the songs. I love it. Oh, I did not put this in here properly. So here is the CD and the DVD inside. Of course, I have High School Musical 3 Senior Year on CD. This one had the poster folded up right here. The poster was on my wall and it is now gone. This is the back with the track list. And I did used to have High School Musical, the first movie, on CD. I don't know where that went though. I vividly remember listening to it in my little portable CD player with my headphones. I don't know where the CD is now, though, so it's quite unfortunate. I will admit that I love Descendants. The second one is the best, for sure, but I do love the original 3. Rise of Red and what they're doing now, none of my business. Kenny Ortega isn't involved, so I'm not involved. So here is the Descendants 3 soundtrack. Absolutely iconic. I mean, Queen of Me. Oh my god, hey guys. Very fun. I do love this album a lot, and these movies are so good, especially for like decom levels. Like, these are Disney Channel original movies. They are quite good for what they are and like their budget. Actually, I think their budget was quite good, but you get what I'm saying, hopefully. And the last CDs that I have are all Hannah Montana related. So I have Hannah Montana 2 and Meet Miley Cyrus. I actually have 2 of these. I did a big order on Poshmark for a bunch of Hannah Montana CDs, and they ended up giving me 2. So I think that's really cool. So I have Hannah Montana 2 and Meet Miley Cyrus. Hannah Montana 3, He Could Be the One, the most iconic song from this album, though I do love all of them. I realized when I was listening to them, Hannah Montana Forever, aka the 4th season of Hannah Montana, I don't really know those songs. I'm not as familiar with them, which is kind of crazy because I was definitely still watching Hannah Montana during that time, but I don't know, maybe the songs just weren't as memorable to me. Hannah Montana Forever. One of the songs is trending. Oh, Ordinary Girl, for sure. And I love Gonna Get This. That one's iconic. But a lot of these other songs, I'm not that familiar with. I know I'll Always Remember You is another one that's been trending recently. But yeah, for some reason, I don't really remember a lot of these tracks. But I love the graphics in here, and I love the butterfly on there. And then, who's Hannah Montana? Finally, the world will know on November 2nd. Guys, mark your calendars. And then here is the booklet. Iconic. I definitely was not as big of a fan of her fashion this season. Maybe that's why it's less memorable to me. And the final CD in my collection is Hannah Montana, the movie. I definitely had this as a kid. This is another one that was lost, but I did get it again, and I remember performing these songs to absolutely no one. I put the CD player and give my best. I'd give my all on all of the songs on this set list, this track list. Oh, here's the picture. The Climb remains iconic, but You're Always Gonna Find Your Way Back Home is my personal favorite. Oh my god, are we ending with a poster? I think we are, guys. Okay, we have Rock On, Miley, and then Heart, Hannah Montana. And I am done. And that is my CD collection, all 100 plus of them. I don't know exactly how many are in the collection anymore. I should have counted when I made this video, but I did not. I definitely repeated myself a lot in this video. I said the word fun a lot, for sure. I think when you're talking for an hour and a half straight, you just forget what you're saying and you just roll with it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, making it through, and I hope that you guys enjoyed my massive CD collection that is only going to grow. How many times did I say I have a CD collection goal this year? Too many goals. I need to narrow it down to like 3 because I spent a lot of money on CDs last year and I cannot repeat that this year. Bye!